Hi, everyone. Carmen Disco here on the Launch Network. We got an awesome show today planned with my good friend, Mr. Christopher Guerrera on Made in America. I love this show. Great guy, knows what he's talking about. Let's bring him on. Hey, Chris, what's up, my friend?
Come on. How are you? Hope you had a great holiday season.
Doing good,
I hope
man.
you were
Doing
staying
good.
home, you were safe, and you enjoyed your family.
Oh, yeah, of course, of course. You know how it goes, man. Whenever I get some time off, definitely got to have fun.
I know you're riding that bike a lot because I see it. That looks pretty cool with the 360 camera. I really like that.
Yeah, that thing is actually pretty cool. I never thought that I would want to use the 360 camera, but it works really cool. Can you hear me, Chris?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay,
You buzzed out a little bit.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Maybe it's me, maybe my internet connection is stable. I don't know if all of our listeners are having problems with their internet connections, but this Zoom stuff sometimes drives us crazy, right?
Crazy. You know the problems I've had with AT&T. We don't even want to talk about that today.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
We talked a lot about how to launch products, right? How to do things in the US. Now we've been having guests on. We got a great guest today. Boy, there's someone who I really follow on social media. Ton of energy. I'm not even sure when she sleeps. She's working out late. It's not like she has nothing to do. She's got her own business. She owns Madison and White. I'll let her talk more about it, but Kamela Hurley, she is a rock star and she is really doing an awesome job. And I personally enjoy following her. I mean, every day I'm looking forward to her stories because there's something new every day. And she's an inspiration, I think, to anybody that watches her. So it's great to have her on our show today.
Awesome, awesome. Let's bring her on. Kamela, what's happening?
Oh my God, that was like the best intro ever. Thank you so much. Like, you rock. You're amazing. Thank you for following me on Instagram and all the other platforms that I flip-flop through. So thank you.
Yeah, it's been fun watching you, and in today's episode, I want to talk a little bit about how you got started, right? Some people think it's a pretty quick and easy process when you have a product, and we all know it's not. Right? It takes a lot of persistence, a lot of failures to continue to build to get that success. So I thought today, having real life guests like yourself who's been through it would be just awesome to talk a little bit about how you got started, your hurdles, your successes. And I think it's good for anybody getting into this field now to hear it firsthand from people who have had that involvement. And I see you now and it's like, okay, I know you didn't start that way, right? You had to start at ground zero. So let's talk a little bit about that.
100%. And you know what's interesting is that we will be talking a lot about social media during our conversation, because as I was going through the inventing process for my product, and for deciding which product that I would go and put my heart, my soul into turning into a business, I literally had the vision of how would this product translate on Instagram? And this was way before Instagram shop and Facebook shopping was available. This was just I think this cultural shift where the world was starting to become more digital. And that was around 2015. And I didn't have wealthy families or friends. I started on the kitchen table with $50. Okay. Let's keep it real. It wasn't huge startup costs. It was really just, I had an idea. I'm going to find a way to execute it where this product doesn't have a lot of competition. And for me, it happened to be a pillowcase. And so my company is called Madison and White. It's the company that believes beauty actually starts in bed. And our pillowcases are designed with a technical fabric that helps your hair and your skin as you sleep, so that when you wake up, you're ready to conquer the day in style. Hey.
I love that tagline too, right? Yeah. Mine starts with a Bic every morning.
Yeah, right.
but I absolutely love that tagline. I think those taglines are key to bringing people in, right? The product has to sell itself and has to perform the way you sell it, but you have to bring somebody into it to say, why is the pillowcase mine different than anybody else's?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, basically what we're talking about is have a 3-second hook. You know, everybody talks about like the minute elevator pitch, but we really have like 30 seconds. And actually, let's just wind it down to like 5 seconds. I mean, TikTok is a 15-second platform. Instagram stories is 15 seconds. So you have to learn how to get concise and communicate your idea fast. Not everybody has the luxury of time.
Right.
So yeah.
So talk a little bit about that. So you had a great idea, right?
Yeah.
You said, okay, how do I get this? I'm going to put it on social media and do some platforms, but you got it on QVC and you got it in retail. And let's talk about those persistent moves to continually conquer those avenues of selling chains.
I think that the first thing you have to do is get comfortable with uncertainty. And if that was a lesson back in 2015, that is certainly a lesson in 2020. Get comfortable with getting out of your comfort zone, with learning how to pivot within the moment. And so what I did is I took the pillowcases that I made, gave them out to friends and family, got great feedback, and decided I'm going to shoot some images and put it on Etsy, which is like still like an online handmade like website. Okay. And within 2 weeks, I had a beauty editor named Jill Dunn and the Marilyn Dennis show in Canada reach out to me and ask, could we put your pillowcases on our show? And I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, absolutely. I know, who would say no? I got like a full minute of airtime between Urban Decay and Neutrogena.
Wow,
Awesome.
beautiful.
And I handmade every single order.
God.
I sold out of the fabric I was shipping. It was pretty much insanity.
but there's a key word you said there, right? You had an open window, an opportunity, and you took complete advantage of it. And that's, I mean, a little bit talk about my Good Morning America trip. It was similar to that. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But that window, those are the windows you have to seize on and take advantage of it when someone gives you an opportunity like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, it was such a blessing. It was the proof of concept. It was selling virtually, essentially what that was. And the Marilyn Dennis show is sort of like the Kelly and Ryan show. Mm-hmm. So it's the breakfast television show of Canada. I am like born and raised in Southern California, but I had married, and divorced now, Canadians. So that's why I'm up here in the true north, like north of the border. But these colors don't run, and my American like upbringing is definitely still a key ingredient to everything that I do.
Yeah, you know, she's up true north and Carmen's true south. I'm somewhere in the middle.
You're mid-country.
Yeah, but you know, I absolutely love hearing success stories because, you know, there's not a lot of them. There are, I mean, you can definitely get it done, but when you talk about persistence and the drive to believe in something, that's how I always found myself. But if I really believed in it, I could sell anything to anyone. But end of the day, you still got to have a product that performs, right, to how you're selling it. So I love hearing these type of stories. Talk a little bit about some of the hurdles you had to overcome to get it and continue to brand it.
So, I mean, obviously I wasn't able to hand sew every pillowcase. So the first hurdle became who was going to manufacture the products for me. And I slowly scaled that process from using like a cut and sew factory that was based in Canada to really.
Hey, Chris, it's funny
needed to go to where the textile mills are and have them like actually make the fabric for my products. So now everything is manufactured abroad. And I think that like some of the other lessons that I learned along the way is to not share product updates too soon if it's not actually being offered in the marketplace. I had a competitor steal the name, the concept, even the font of my packaging, and took it to the marketplace first. So that was a very hard emotional lesson, as well as a financial lesson to learn. It was like a pretty hard time, to say the least.
Oh my God. I can't imagine. It must have felt like somebody stabbing you in the stomach.
I was like, this is like a real pillow fight. Okay. Like I'm going to, I'm like, come on,
instead
bring
there's rocks in her pillow.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
It is like a ruthless, pillowcase world out there. So
I find that just so disrespectful. Like, get your own idea, right? Find your own idea, find your own way of marketing. It happens too often in this business, unfortunately. And you're right.
Yeah.
Giving too much information up front is a dangerous slope, and
So it
you
actually,
got to be careful.
right. I was getting ready to take it on to QVC when they took their product and put it on Good Morning America.
Mm.
And I was like, wow, I'm going to have the entire order remade. And the product that I have is actually a label sewn onto the product now. I got rid of like a traditional retail box and chose to just put it into a travel bag with the label sewn on the front.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and Carmine, when we talk about those type of marketing features, right? Marketing is a really important feature, right? End of the day, you can have a great product if nobody knows about it, nobody's going to buy it. So marketing in this world gets pretty expensive pretty quick. So talk a little bit about how you marketed your product when you finally made those changes, and how you kept the costs in line, because you can spend a lot of money really fast in marketing.
Absolutely. And I have wasted thousands.
I think we all have.
Like,
Okay. There you
yeah,
go.
I just want you to know, be careful with that marketing spend.
Confessions.
Yeah, true confessions. I hired like Facebook, like digital like agencies to run ads that just like performed horrendously.
Yeah.
I was outraged. And to be honest, that's why I've moved into this area of personal branding,
Mhm.
because I find that I'm able to just extend organic reach to new individuals through being innovative with how I choose to represent myself in social media. So for example, I follow a couple of places that journalists hang out, like Help a Reporter Out. This is a great tip. If you're starting a business, sign up for Help a Reporter Out. You will get journalists, media outlets that are looking for people to comment on stories that they're developing. And it's a fantastic way, without using a PR agency, to get your company like into nationwide exposure, which is exactly what I did when I found out MSNBC was having a small business like pitch fest. And I had just moved into a new house here in Toronto.
See
My
that?
mother had flown out. Yeah.
No,
And
go ahead.
yes. And so so here I am, like, push all these moving boxes aside. I literally grab my phone. I do my like 2-minute pitch. And then I find out like within 24 hours that I have to fly to Los Angeles because I was selected as one of the top 5, people to be on the show. So, and it was fantastic. Yeah. Going on MSNBC translated to sales. Like I did thousands of dollars of sales by being on MSNBC and pitching live. So it was very exciting.
Kamela, I just want to back up a little bit. And that story is so awesome. But what I would like you to kind of talk to our listeners about is they need to be ready though. Like, you were ready to go. Like when they called you, and if you're going to do those kind of things, you got to be open-minded, and you can't say, oh, I can't make that. If you get that kind of opportunity, like you took advantage of it.
I mean, it's like bizarre that my mom's in from Los Angeles in Toronto. And then I'm like, hey, mom, later, I actually have to fly to Los Angeles to do the segment. I mean, talk about flexibility and pivoting. And sometimes it does impact your family. And so that's why it's also really important to make sure that you have a community of people that support you and understand what you're doing. I love talking to other content creators, founders, coaches, because you have to spend a lot of time on social media getting comfortable. So this is like a hot tip for everybody who has their great invention, their great product. They're trying to figure out how to connect it to people, how to get the sales. Like literally so simple. Start by just grabbing your phone and making stuff happen. And it's a daily practice. It's a muscle. Getting comfortable being on this little frame, this smartphone, whatever your device is the key to being ready for those bigger, more high pressure events. So,
you talk about, talk about personal brand. It is a big deal. I mean, I personally have gone that route. My whole background is engineering, manufacturing. I've been able to get on national media exposures, and I think my first opportunity is what we talked about a little bit yesterday. I got a call late at night. I actually had gone to New York for a vacation. I just decided that haven't been to Manhattan in a while, so I'm not going to do any yard work. We're just going to go to Manhattan. And I wanted to stop by Good Morning America I watch it every morning just to see what the group was and how they did it. And they had outside, at the time it was in August, they had outside like an audience. And I started talking to a producer, one thing led to another. And then they put me on Good Morning America. And that connection alone really took me to a Shark Tank event on Good Morning America, where I got a call at 10 o'clock at night saying, "Hey, Chris, I remember us talking, you had a product." And I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, do me a favor. Don't worry about the producing of it. Just sell it. There's like you're pitching it to the sharks as you are on Good Morning America, and send me it's got to be 30 seconds. I could not get it at 30 seconds. I think I ended up sending about 40 seconds. So 10 o'clock at night, so I need it by 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking, I'm flying out tomorrow. Okay, so made a lot of things happen. Wrote a script. We filmed it early in the morning. I sent it to her. And by the next Friday, I was on live on Good Morning America. So being ready is really important. And then once it aired, product was shown. The manufacturing group, we had plenty of inventory. We were able to fulfill the orders, which is another really big key point. Is if you ever fall down and you get on that platform, it's over. You won't get that second chance, right? It's kind of what you were alluding to, Kamela. Being ready.
No pressure. No pressure, right? But actually, it's a fantastic thing that you just shared, scripting. So when I was taking the flight from Toronto to LA to do this MSNBC segment, I had the same time constraint. I had 1 minute to pitch my company to the COO of Shopify, to the founder of Lively, as well as the host of this MSNBC show. I had like 60 seconds. And it sounds like it is a very short amount of time, but you have to be very concise and know exactly what you need to say, and you need to deliver that message with confidence. So it started by writing down. I wrote.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
Chris.
still here.
Okay, I think we lost Kamela.
No, but I think we're talking about scripts, right? And scripts are important. It's ironic. I wrote that script that I was talking about at 5 a.m. We shot it at 6. We did 10 versions of the shoot, and I used the very first one that I did. It just felt the best. but I had it's muscle memory. You want to make sure you know what you're talking about, and you said it.
Yeah.
It's really important to have the key points that you want to address, because really, when you're selling an item, you lose somebody after a couple of minutes, right? If you're just talking, as opposed to really selling what the features are and what makes your product worth buying or promoting. I mean, I think those are key points. So yeah, script just helps you prepare, that it becomes natural when you speak about it.
Scripting, I feel, is absolutely essential when you're doing any kind of mass media event. Okay, if you're going to be on a TV show, or if you're going to do QVC or HSN, you need to have a script, but then you also need to let go and surrender to being in the moment and being able to respond to people in real time. Because if you're too focused on the script and the host says something back to you and you're like, oh, wait, we're going off the script.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's got to come natural, right? The pitch has got to be natural. It can't be like you're reading it, right? It's got to be very natural. And you said it, there's always elements of pivoting when you're talking to somebody. There may be a point or a question they ask where you want to hit harder on a specific item. So yeah, I think those are all key characteristics, and you got to sell it. It's got to be natural.
Absolutely. And that's why social media, I feel, plays such a critical role in helping you understand your brand, your product, the lifestyle. Daily, you have the opportunity to reach out to hundreds of people, maybe thousands, whatever your follower count is. It's an opportunity to practice and refine those skills with how you show up, like even showing sort of like behind the scenes stuff where it's just like, you riding your bike or, chilling out in the backyard, fire pits going, like I've been watching your feeds and I know what you guys do and you're relaxing, but it's fantastic because what you're doing is you're building a personal brand. You're building yourself as an expert. You're also keeping it real so that you're relatable. And then you have the opportunity to take this personal brand that you're developing as a founder or as a coach, and then you're able to expand that out to other opportunities. So being mindful of social media, I think, is like such a critical piece of doing business today. And by the way, it costs you nothing. Like,
Right.
hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
we're
And
talking
Kamela,
free.
that's something that you do really well. I mean, I'm telling you, I love watching you do all these little small spurts, and it's good. I think it is important to be who you are.
Yeah.
Come on and we talk about this show. This is it. It's not scripted. It's talk. We talk about what we know, what we've learned, the hurdles we've achieved, right, to the successes we've had, and it's real talk. It's not some scripted plan. Having you on, you can see it's real. I mean, we're talking about different guests and the successes and the failures and the road to pave it to make it worthwhile. I mean, you had somebody steal your idea in the beginning. You could have went in the back room and cried and said, it's over, I quit. But no, you didn't. You went back and did it a different way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And 15 seconds. So let me just share with you. I took Madison and White, my company, and I launched Madison and White on TikTok. I did my very first TikTok. Okay, you guys can watch it. It has close to 500,000 views. I have had thousands of dollars worth of sales from TikTok. The email list is like ding, 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 which is fantastic because those are people that you can send awesome, like connected, lifestyle branded emails to later to entice them to convert to sales. And it was just a 15-second TikTok. Who knew? I think a lot of people don't know. There's a lot of brands that don't know.
I think you're right about that.
My competition is watching.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's right.
Hey,
Bring it, right?
Hey,
The competition's
real
good.
quick.
I always say, if I'm playing sports, I want to play the best person. So when I beat them, I beat the best person.
That's right.
Hey, Kamela, you mentioned there's a couple questions that come to mind with this, but I have actual arguments with people about building an email list. I always ask them, are you building your email list? How big is it? And a lot of people don't do that.
What? Say what? Are you crazy? No, this is a bad practice. I would keep arguing with those people.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd
it's
be
true.
like, okay, do your thing, but I'm not going to keep building that email list.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, 1,000,000%. I mean, that was your followers. I mean, you should be able to talk to them and show them things. Even if you don't want to sell them things, you could ask them questions.
Yeah, absolutely. You can ask questions. The other interesting thing that I've been kind of keeping my eye on is SMS marketing. So there's a couple of opportunities like Facebook. You have to have a certain amount of people, like I'd say 2,000 or more followers to be able to send, messenger messages to your entire audience. There are also apps out there that you can pay for that's like $200 a month, and you can just suddenly start dropping text messages to people who sign up and agree to the terms. And I think it's a very interesting world right now with using text messaging as a tool of marketing. Have you guys experienced it?
I get a lot of them, I can tell you that. On products that I don't want, but I do get a lot of them.
So do you? Okay.
Oh yeah, I definitely do.
I have. I've actually had clients that I work with that prefer text over email. So when that started turning that corner, I was like, wow. And I've used text to send that information or different things as tests, but I've actually had clients that prefer text.
Yeah, it's interesting. And some of these brands and companies out there are sending more lifestyle content. So it's a little less like salesy and like it's more about like getting connected to the lifestyle of the brand, which I feel is another really important component to selling. There's some wonderful like subscription box companies out there like FabFitFun, and they refer to themselves as a lifestyle media company. And I think it's very inventive. They have a massive email list. Okay.
Wow.
Their email list is massive, and that's how they tend to market to people. I think an email list is an invaluable tool, and that you should also take time to build an email list for yourself as the expert, as the founder of your business. How many books have you read out there written by founders? I have tons. I'm like, if
Mhm.
I could just flip the camera that way, it's like
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding of all of these amazing founders, entrepreneurs, coaches who have written books. Well, guess what those agents are looking at? They want to see what kind of platform do you have to sell books?
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is good, really good information. You know, it's funny. I just started getting involved a little bit with my son in stocks. He's like 22 now, and to listen to, like, you talk about the marketing aspect and the questions that come, like the things you're talking about. People are gonna have questions, and it breeds interest, which breeds activity. Now he's buying stocks, and he's asking a lot of questions. So stop looking at it so much. You're looking at it every hour. You got to give it a break. Like, you're not going to get rich overnight unless you buy Tesla. Right? Payback. But
Hey,
I'm serious. I mean, it breeds so much new interest that now you've gone into an area that you weren't familiar with, and now you're on a whole new path, right? And now you're asking more questions, you're reading more, you're learning more. So you told me some things today, I think, that are going to even help me. Really, I mean, I really appreciate that, and I think that's the whole point here, is to have information that's real life information that we share with everybody. It doesn't cost a penny, and it's a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun with the show, and having guests like you on just continues to breed more knowledgeable information from experts in the field who have actually done it, not talked about it, but actually have done it.
yeah, that's what I love about it, Kamela. It's not theory. I do have two questions real quick. I know we're running low on time, but they might melt together. So for our listeners, and I know you could just talk about a couple of them. Some of the social media sites, are there better social media sites to use with different products? And secondly, how do you handle, I get really mad about it, people that don't like your product, or, where you get negative feedback?
Oh, this is fantastic. We'll jump back to the TikTok video because I have like 700 comments of hate.
No, you?
Yeah, I did, because I used a really strong hook when I created that TikTok.
Oh, okay.
I created a very strong hook. It showed silkworms being boiled alive. Who knew that this would be so controversial? And I said, it takes 3,000 silkworms being boiled alive to make 2 silk pillowcases. Welcome to Madison and White, the vegan, cruelty-free alternative. And I have like,
I love it.
I know, right?
It's a great hook.
Yeah. And it's like hundreds of people like who hate vegans, and then people who hate silkworms and bugs and insects. And then the environmentalists jump into the conversation with like, my pillowcases are going to end up as like compost, and then that's going to destroy the oceans and all this other. And then they started fighting over like, is oat milk sustainable? Like, at a certain point, it's not about me. And people were leaving comments about, why is your company not a B corporation? I'm like, I'm a single mom running this business for profit. I want to create things that are as sustainable as possible. And I've decided to differentiate in the marketplace. And, I just let those, I responded to 200 comments with love. And then after that, I tapped out, because it's really not about me. It's about them. And then I did the next TikTok was like, hey, my name is Kamela. I'm the founder of Madison and White. And guess what? I don't have all the answers to everything in the world. Like, but I do have these pillowcases for sale.
And no silkworms were hurt during this TikTok video.
Yeah,
those were stunt silkworms.
Absolutely. And so one of the things that I do want to add to this conversation, to people out there who have created an amazing solution to a problem that people have in their lives, is to overcome, I think, one of the most challenging barriers of entry when it comes to social media, or getting into like big stuff like Good Morning America, things like that, is understanding how to be confident in front of the camera. And the biggest secret is just knowing that you're worthy. You're worthy. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how you do your hair. I don't care what color, skin, religion, all of those things. It just comes down to energy and showing up and being exactly who you are, because that is valuable to our world, and it's valuable to having discussions and helping to find solutions to our problems. So I just like, that's my PSA for today.
It, right? Being who you are. Don't try to be somebody you're not, right? Because it never works out. Be who you are. Hey, so with that, I want to just close out with you talking a little bit about where you can be found, right? And some of the personal branding, the coaching you're doing now, because I think that's a really big step for a lot of people who maybe don't have that confidence yet, that you can help.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find my company, Madison and White. You can find it Facebook. Listen, you guys know you can find it on TikTok. It's also on Instagram. But you can also connect to me like on a one-on-one level at kamelahurley.com. And then you can find the links to all of the social medias. I'm on TikTok too. I actually had a video that I did go viral. It's close to 1 million views, which is really fantastic. And so
you're going to make me now get a TikTok account. That's what's going to happen here.
I know.
I can't even spell TikTok.
Yeah, but see, right now TikTok is testing longer format videos. They're getting into 3-minute videos. That's like a big breakthrough for TikTok. And interestingly enough, YouTube is testing right now in India short content, like, you know, a minute or less. So it's interesting to see how all of the social media is influencing one another, and and it's a big pillow fight for them too. Okay.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Hey, Kamela, what else do you do? I mean, not that you're not busy. Do you do any other ventures or anything else with entrepreneurs or other people?
So right now, I just graduated from a coaching program, and I have one-on-one clients that I've worked with, and I learned from those experiences that 70% of the time is spent talking about business and social media. So that is why this year, my focus for Kamela Hurley as a personal brand is going to be speaking about integrative business tactics. And so integrative business is understanding that the role of the entrepreneur is critical to the build and the scale of a business. Okay. And I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about that. I will be talking about things that involve health and wellness, as well as how to like improve your social media game and how to find ways to get your company connected to people without having to pay for ads. I mean, I'm just not a pro at that, so I'm just going with what I do best. And so far I've been workshop.
Yeah, and I mean, I can attest. I watch her on it. She's working out. She's going through all her eating habits and her workout routines. No matter what time of the day it is, she's getting it all in. So
I am, yeah, absolutely. But I get it.
you.
I get it all done because I actually am loving the journey. It feels good. I'm so happy to be where I'm at in my life. And it is my joy to be able to help other people discover their voice, to find the confidence, and to help build these businesses that radically change the landscape of our country, but also our lives. And that's what we're all looking for, is a little bit more relief, a little bit more joy and ease. These are things that we all want in our life, right?
Wow, absolutely.
That's really cool. We actually, I mean, you know, Chris, it's so funny because when we have a guest, we always want to expand. I'm like, we'd rather bring Kamela back on because
absolutely.
One of the things I loved what you said, and you know, we're not some health fanatics in a way, but I believe that it's very important for people that are running a company or making decisions quickly, have to do things, that health plays a big part in that.
Yeah.
Mindset
is everything. Mindset is everything. And if you're carrying negative beliefs, that will sabotage your ability to run the business as effectively as possible, or it can sabotage your ability to make better decisions for the business. And if you can identify what those negative beliefs are and clear that out, there's techniques that I use to help founders and to help coaches clear those techniques out. It's like you find more peace and joy in it, and then it feels effortless.
You know, I found myself using my lunch hour when I was in the corporate world of going to work out. I'd go for a run, I'd lift some weights, I'd play hoop, I'd come back energized. I mean, it really does work. And now every day around 2:30, 3 o'clock, that's what I do. I go out for a run, go work out, come back, I feel energized.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So great.
Yeah.
I believe you. I think it's important too. I mean, I would love to you know, use gym time and do it for something else, but I think it's important to stay on that and be able to open your mind. I mean, I get the best ideas. I'm on my bike, I'm riding, and I'm thinking about an issue or thinking about a problem, and boom, it just comes to me. And
It's funny you say that, because that's exactly how I feel when I'm running. Your mind is wandering, and I get my best ideas or my best solutions to the problems when I'm in that state of mind.
Or like also, how about, because the lockdown is something that's been impacting all of our lives, it's so easy to say, I'm going to wear pajamas all day.
Right.
But there is literally a flip, at least in my mind, when I take time to like take a shower, put on clothes that are not slouchy, and do makeup. It literally transforms like my day.
Mindset.
And so I'm just saying, like,
That's
those
awesome.
are some.
Feel good, look good, feel good, right? It's
That's
a fact.
right. Yeah.
Yep.
And actually printed on every single one of my pillowcases on the label on the inside, it says, look good, live well, dream big. Because I think that is a positive affirmation to getting your dreams accomplished. When you look good, you have the energy to make those healthier decisions where you live well. And when you get those two things at play in a day, you have the motivation to chase the big dreams, right?
Yeah.
So
my son started when he was 17, I think started a t-shirt company. We talk about entrepreneur, right? Dream Big was one of his shirts. He had all these different, it was called Change It All. And one of it was Dream Big. And he's 28 now. We still talk about some of those things that led him to where he is today. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
You go with the right mindset, you can accomplish anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely positive on that.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. Mark Burnett also did the same. And he was like the creator of Survivor. And
Right.
he left the UK, landed in Venice Beach, and started selling t-shirts. That's how he started.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I say. Everyone has a story, right? Where they
Yeah.
got started, right? It's not, you just don't walk into success, right? It's a grind every day. It truly is a grind every day. And even when you have success, it's more of a grind, right? I mean, I guess I've been following Tesla so much lately.
That's
Incredible to see what this guy has done in just 1 year's time alone. He made $140 billion last year. Can't even wrap my head around that. But
Come on, Chris,
he
you got
obviously
that
did.
in your back storage units. Come on.
I'm working on it.
hey,
Not
Kamela,
stopping until I achieve it.
Hey, Kamela, real quick. What I think of your product is awesome. How the heck did you come up with the idea of putting that type of material in to help people while they're sleeping? I think that's the coolest thing.
Oh, see, and actually it ties into what we were just talking about, because this is something else that I coach individuals with, helping them build a personal brand, is understanding your origin story, your founder story. It is a part of like how this is something you'll be asked all the time. And so I thought I was too busy, because I had two kids that are 1 and 3, to go to the hair salon. And I like ended up going to the drugstore, and the girl with the like unicorn hair was like, yeah, you can do balayage yourself. Like, and so you guys are probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but
I have no idea.
no idea. Basically, I bought a box of hair dye and destroyed my hair, and I had to find ways to make it healthy. And one of the things that I discovered was not washing your hair every day is actually better for the health of your hair. And when I went to a beauty supply store and they had like satin pillowcases there, I felt the product, and it's like a light bulb went off in my head, and I'm like, I know I can do better. And I have.
It's funny you said washing your hair every day.
Yeah.
Now, my grandmother was from Italy, right? Didn't speak a lick of English. And I had John Travolta hair. Go right back to a dovetail, thick, healthy. She said to me one day in Italian, you can't wash your hair every day. Don't wash your hair every day. It's not good. I'm like, Grandma, look. What do you mean? I'm never losing my hair. You know.
Classic, right? I know. Well, it's still a pampering, cooling pillowcase, like sleep experience. So I could definitely sell that on you.
Wow. Awesome. No, I just love people that take a product, and you don't need to be first to market. You don't have to invent the craziest product in the world. They take a product, they look at it and go, I can make it better. And I think that's what a lot of people miss when they talk about inventors and product developers and entrepreneurs. It's right in front of them usually. There's something in front of them. I mean, I'm walking through Lowe's the other day. I took a picture of it because they had this little thing that, this door stopper that stops air from coming under your door. You put it on the bottom of the door. And I said, okay. But then it said with bug killer.
Yeah. So they made the standard a little
That's
bit better.
smart.
Right?
Oh,
I was
I
like,
love
there you
it.
go. Perfect example. You know,
Exactly.
a door thing that goes under the door to stop, you know, air from a door draft thing. But then it said with bug killer. I was like, there you go.
Yeah. Cool.
It is. It's a great. It's so inventive. It's so simple, but nobody else has done it. And did you buy it? Probably.
I just took a picture of it. I was
No,
gonna.
you did it. You're like, I don't have a problem with that, but
Yeah.
somebody does, and it's smart. I love seeing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's awesome. So no, all good stuff. Kamela, thank you so much for coming on today. This was so much fun. I can't believe the time went by already.
I
But
know.
we definitely, and you know, I'm taking over Chris's show by saying we got to have you on again. There's so much
Absolutely.
more that I'm here
Yeah.
jotting down all these questions. I'm like, this is crazy.
Now you know why I wanted her on, right?
Yeah.
I have the same feelings. I mean, it's fun to watch her journey and her knowledge. And again, look how she started. It wasn't just didn't walk into the sunshine, right?
No.
Had to go through the storms and the rain and the clouds to hit the sunshine. So that's what I love about this show. It's real people, real stories, and it's been just a lot of fun for me personally.
Yeah. We shy away from, you know, products that make your hair better or
Yeah. Unless they're razors.
I know. I wonder why.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. But we
I
had
love
to
it.
do it.
Yeah.
No, but what I love about a lot of what you said, social media is so important. I even shy away from it sometimes, and you know, we're all on there, and I still don't think I do enough.
Mhm.
But it's also being ready for opportunities, not sitting back and going, nothing good ever happens to me. There's stuff out there. You got to make it happen. You got to be ready, right?
Yeah, have fun. This is your opportunity to shine. 15 seconds a day. I mean, I challenge you to do 3 to 5 Instagram stories a day. Okay. You guys can do that. And keep it, you know, it doesn't have to be like, you know, crazy perfect lighting. In fact, just keep it real. And the filters are amazing on all of these platforms. So even if you're not having a fabulous hair day, there's ways to cheat it. Just start sharing, because when you don't build your personal brand as a founder, as a coach, as a creator, you are literally leaving money on the table and you're shutting down opportunities. You've got to be ready for those opportunities. You've got to understand your voice, get comfortable, get confident, and just shine, and stuff will just start to come your way. So you guys got this. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Kamela,
Now
I
I'm gonna
really enjoyed having you. It's been
Yeah, it was
a lot of fun.
It was
Thanks,
great.
guys.
Anybody that can get me to start a TikTok account, you know,
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat.
my daughter's gonna go, oh my God, no.
Yeah. I guarantee, like, okay, I'm going to make a bet here. I guarantee that you guys are going to be on TikTok by the end of this year, if not sooner. Okay.
Might be by the end of the day.
Yeah, I know, right?
As long as Chris isn't doing these short little dances, I'm on.
Oh, I don't dance
I
either.
won't be doing any of that. No, I won't be doing any of that.
Thank you guys so much. I'm just so appreciative. Thank you so much.
And for all you listeners out there, please go on, visit Kamela, TikTok, any social media site, go on to any of her sites. If you have some questions, you know, get in touch with her. It was so great having her on today. Please go on out to iTunes or Google Play. You know, leave us a comment, leave us a message. Make sure you subscribe to our show. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to know how we're doing. And also, if you have a comment, if you have a suggestion, we'd love to hear it. For myself, Carmen Denisco, for Christopher Guerrera, for Kamela White, thank you so much for listening in. And we'll catch you next time on Made in America. You all take care.